Today we are taking a quick look at a little game called Mutant Chronicles Doom Troopers on the Super Nintendo. I don't know about you, but I've always heard this game referred to as Doom Troopers, but its actual title is Mutant Chronicles Doom Troopers. I've never in my life heard anyone call it Mutant Chronicles, so I looked into it and it's based on a card game from the Mutant Chronicles series, so I guess that makes sense. This was published by Playmates Interactive Entertainment, and I never knew they had a games division as I always associated them with being a toy company and making the TM&T toys back in the day. What first drew me into checking out this game was the fact that it was a run and gun, a genre I usually like, and its bad kind of 3D graphics. I know it's just nostalgia speaking because I grew up in the 90s, but still. I love how the enemies look pretty bad compared to the player's character. Like, it's laughable. I didn't realize how bad it looked until I finally tried the game for myself. You start out in a jungle, Contra-like setting with alien guys shooting at you constantly. This game is hilariously gory, which I appreciate. It adds to the jankiness. For example, the guys that are tied up in the trees have their bodies ripped from their head, leaving their neck resembling an octopus. And you also see plenty of rib cages and scorched carcasses. But unfortunately, the gameplay isn't all that awesome. If you actually try to fight enemies, it is extremely hard not to take a hit. Unlike Contra, for example, you cannot duck out of the way of enemy fire. You just have to kill them before they kill you, which is easier said than done. If you use your special weapon or the missile launcher, enemies are a bit more manageable, but still not great. Basically, instead of trying to fight every enemy you see, you need to just book it and run and jump over as many of them as you can. In the beginning of the game, you don't technically need to kill any enemies until you get to the water because you have to use their bodies as stepping stones to get across. Brutal. In the second level, things actually switch up a bit and you can no longer get away with the running and dodging method that got me through level 1. You now have to deal with these guys who have giant blades attached to them and these giant vehicles that shoot balls of fire. There's also a spotlight chasing you that you need to avoid in order to avoid missiles getting shot at you from above. So there's a lot more going on now. So even though I don't think the game is very good, I absolutely love this guy right here. It's a giant big boy skeleton that's not only chucking bones at you, but he's also puking acid. In fact, he's puking up so much acid that it's forming a pool around you and you start to drown in it. I can't say that this game isn't entertaining. I'll give it that. You gotta basically get in one shot, run to the other side, let him puke, repeat. I also like that the scenery and enemies change on every level, so at least it doesn't get boring. Like here, you're in a cave with crazy colors and it's a bit of a maze. I just wish the controls were better and that the enemies were animated as well as your character is. It sucks because the game's premise totally had potential. It was just poorly executed. Well, I hope you enjoyed this quick little review and please let me know what you think of the game in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye!